All right, guys, so Hard Knocks Night just wrapped up over here at the Knoxville Nationals, and I'm sure a lot of you are hoping to see another one of those How Was Your Night videos, but not able to get any of those today. By the time the race was over, it was almost like 12 o'clock, and it was like 52 degrees outside, and it seemed like a lot of guys were just trying to get out of there, and I wasn't trying to bother them. I'm not a professional reporter by any means here on YouTube. We just kind of do it for fun as far as those interviews go, so trying to stay on everybody's good side. I know a couple of them had some bad nights, and I didn't really want to interrupt anything that they were doing. So, yeah, we're going to do this, though. We've got the starting lineup for the 63rd running of the NOS Energy Drink Knoxville Nationals presented by Casey's. 50 laps will be the distance here tomorrow night. $190,000 to win and $15,000 for just making this feature here tomorrow night. So we had 16 guys that locked in through the first two prelim nights. We got 4 more that locked in tonight. And then tomorrow during the B main event, which I believe is 18 laps, we'll get 4 more guys going in, and that'll set the 24-car lineup for the Knoxville Nationals. So we're going to go through from bottom to top and introduce you to the starting lineup for this race so far. And we could add some more to this tomorrow night, but 3 drivers making their first ever Knoxville Nationals main event appearance. And the first one is on our list right here, starting from the 24th position out of Franklin, Indiana. It's the Klossmeyer Petrie Motorsports number 27A. The driver is Emerson Axum in the 27A, and hopefully my handwriting is going to be okay. A lot of these guys I have stickers for, but Emerson Axum I do not. So he is going to roll off from 24th. We knew that he was going to be a guy to watch for this week, and as a Rookie of the Year contender, honestly, you know, going into this week, we kind of knew that he was going to be a guy on the fringe of making the show. And the fringe it was, because he's the last one in as far as the starting lineup goes. Now, starting 22nd in the main event, and might be the feel-good story of the week, it is his 6th career Knoxville Nationals main event start. His best finish was 3rd in 2013. The driver from T, South Dakota, driving the Guy Forbrook number 5X car. And it is, oh my goodness, my handwriting is so bad. It is the 5X of Justin Henderson. Henderson squeaks into the show tonight, finishing 3rd in that Hard Knocks feature. And like I said, feel-good story. It's been a really tough year for Justin Henderson all across the board, but this should definitely pick up his spirits for the rest of the year to make the show against 109 cars and be one of the 24 in the show. Henderson's got to be happy about that. Now, moving up to the 23rd position here tonight, starting 23rd tomorrow night. It's his 8th career Knoxville Nationals main event appearance. His best finish was 2nd in 2019, doing that from the 22nd starting position. And it's the driver from Hanover, Pennsylvania, the Shark Racing number 1S. The driver is Logan Schuchart. So Schuchart going to start from 23rd. And we've seen him, like I just mentioned a moment ago, when he finished 2nd that year, he did it starting from outside the top 20. So we have no doubt in our minds that Schuchart could potentially play a factor in the win, especially with 50 long laps on the line. So Schuchart will start from 23rd. 21st position tonight, getting the win during the Hard Knocks feature. It is his 26th main event appearance and 26th in a row since 1998. He has not missed a feature at the Nationals, and he's won the race 11 times. If he can do it tomorrow, he will tie the all-time record for this event with Steve Kinzer. It's the driver from Fargo, North Dakota, driving the Tony Stewart Racing Curb Agajanian car. It is Donnie Schatz. So Donnie Schatz in the 15, going to start from 21st. He has won this race from 21st position in the past, and so obviously we know that he can probably do it again. I mean, he struggled a little bit this week, but it did look like his car was fast there in the feature tonight. Donnie Schatz rolling off from 21. You can never count this guy out of the show. So now we're going to move up from 21 to 16. These 4 positions right here, 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. We will find out who those drivers are tomorrow night during the B main. So we'll move up to the 16th position. This driver making his 3rd career Knoxville Nationals A main event start. He finished 5th here in 2022, his best ever finish at this race. Wasn't even at the race in 2023. It's the driver from Hanover, Pennsylvania, the Shark Racing number 1A. The driver is Jacob Allen. So Jacob Allen, a huge moment here for him, led a bunch of laps on the prelim night, and he comes in just barely in the 16th spot, the final lock-in to the feature. and that is a big deal for the driver that follows the High Limit Racing Tour full-time. It's been an up and down year for him. A couple wins along the way, one with High Limit, but the rest kind of in IRA and some other different series as well. But this is a big deal for Jacob Allen to make the show. He will start from the 16th position. Now, starting from the 15th spot here tonight, or tomorrow night, I should say, and was another guy on my list that I had making the show. He is all the way from Waco, Texas. It's the TKS Motorsports number 2 KS. The driver is Chase Randall. So Chase Randall, the young kid from Texas, makes his second straight main event appearance. He made it last year as well, where he finished 13th in 2023. So Chase Randall going to roll off from 15th position. Now up to the outside of row number 14, one of the fan favorites, making his 6th career Knoxville Nationals main event start. His best finish was a 7th place result, in 2019 from Worcester, Ohio. It is the Stenhouse Marshall Racing number 17 of Sheldon Haudenschild. So Sheldon Haudenschild going to start from the 14th position in that number 17 car. We always know that he's going to be a guy to watch for in any race. Doesn't matter where he starts at. He's going to be fun to watch. The last 4 years have resulted in top 10 finishes during this race. So Sheldon Haudenschild going to start from the 14th position tomorrow night. And inside of him, making his first career Knoxville Nationals A main event start, it's the driver all the way from North Pole, Alaska. And he's the first driver in Alaskan history to make the Knoxville Nationals main event. And it's a big deal for this guy. It was his birthday last night, and a good birthday week it is for the driver to North Pole, Alaska. Driving his own number 17B, it is the North Pole Nightmare, Bill Baylog. So Baylog going to start from 13th. It's been a little bit of a struggle this year on the World of Outlaws Tour for him. Has tore up a lot of stuff, has had some bad runs here and there. And, he seemed like he was kind of down in the dumps here recently, but you cannot be down in the dumps if you're going to be starting the 24-car field at the Knoxville Nationals. So Bill Baylog going to start from the 13th position tomorrow night. Now, starting from 12th, and this is a guy that I did not have on my list of making the show, and he makes me look like an idiot. It's his 5th career main event start at this race. His best finish was 6th in 2021. It's the driver to Myerstown, Pennsylvania, in the Murray Marks Racing number 19. It is Brent Marks. So Brent Marks going to start from the 12th spot. I felt like he did not have a ton of speed going into this week. Has been really, really struggling a lot here, whether that's with High Limit or in other action as well in the sprint car. But he got it turned around at the right time, and he's going to start from inside the top half of the field for tomorrow night's 50-lap main event. So Brent Marks going to start from 12th. And inside of him, making his 2nd career main event start in this race, his best finish before was a 12th in 2023. The 18-year-old driver to Clovis, California, in the Jason Myers Racing number 14, it is Corey Day. So Corey Day, has he become a fan favorite? When we tried to talk to him the other night during the How Was Your Night segment, he had a line of about 50 people waiting to talk to him. Corey Day, certainly going to be fun to watch. Got a World of Outlaws win at Knoxville earlier this year during a race with 60 cars in the field. And I think that Corey Day is going to be a guy on the move towards the front of the field in this 50-lap main event. He will start from the 11th position tomorrow night. Now, we got to pick up the pens because we got a couple of guys to write down here. And the first one, all the way from McLaren Vale, South Australia, it is his 2nd career Knoxville main event start. He finished 22nd in 2023 when he made it the very first time. All the way from Australia, the Liebig Motorsports number 10 of Scott Boguski. So Scott Boguski going to start from 10th in car number 10. And we knew, I said it at the very beginning of the week, I said that he is going to be a guy that no doubt about it makes the show at the Knoxville Nationals. That motor is way, way too good. And he's been a really solid driver all season long. And Scott Boguski, I'm not really sure where to maybe say where he's going to finish at, but just making the show for this team is a huge deal. And they are going to be really enjoying that 10th starting position tomorrow night. Now, starting from the 9th spot, it is another driver making his first career Knoxville Nationals main event appearance. And it's the driver all the way from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, the TKH Motorsports number 21H of the Macho Man, Brady Bacon. So Brady Bacon, very big deal for him to make the show. Normally races on a full-time basis without the wing on top of the car in the USAC Sprint Car Series. But whenever he puts the wings on, you know he's going to be a factor. And for him to make the Nationals, that is an absolutely huge accomplishment for that team. A team that has been very fast, I feel like, on the short tracks. Obviously got an outlaw win earlier this year at Hobstadt Tri-State Speedway, but this puts them on a whole nother level to make the Nationals main event. So Brady Bacon going to start from the 9th spot, Great job by him and that team all week long to put themselves into this position. Now, moving up to the fourth row on the outside, eighth starter. This is his third career main event start at the Knoxville Nationals. Best finish 17th in 2021. And it's the driver all the way from Dillsburg, Pennsylvania. He's driving his family-owned number 39M. And sorry about the number. It's all I've got to work with right now. It is Anthony Macri in 39M, starting from 8th. It's over there. The sticker's way too big. I got to get a new one. That's all we have right now. But Macri, another guy that I had on my list to make the show. I didn't think he was going to start that far forward, but they were super, super fast on their prelim night, drove from the B main all the way up to the top 10, and now he starts from 8th. So Macri, I think he could be a sleeper for a top 5 potentially if things go his way at the beginning of this race. So he's going to start from the 8th position. And on the inside of him, making his 14th career Knoxville Nationals main event start, he has finished second in this race 3 times. It actually happened 3 years in a row, 2012, 2013, and 2014. I believe the winningest driver, or the second winningest driver in 410 history at this racetrack. It's the driver from Higginsville, Missouri, in his very own number 21. It is Blackjack Brian Brown. So Brian Brown going to start from the 7th position, and maybe this is the year that the monkey gets off of his back. It's going to be tough. Obviously, he's got a lot of fast guys up ahead of him. And, I felt like, that going into this week, if you watch my video talking about who I thought was going to make the show, he was the very last one that I had in. I just wasn't super confident because I thought there was a couple other guys that could maybe sneak in there. But Brian Brown, old reliable, making the show and going to start from the 7th position in that red and white number 21 car. Now, up to the outside of the 3rd row, and a lot of guys had him tabbed to maybe be the newest Knoxville Nationals champion. This is his 8th career main event start in this race. His best finish, a 7th here just last year in 2023. One of the fan favorites in his very own Rico Abreu Racing Kurbagajani number 24 car. It is Rico Abreu. So Abreu going to start from 6th outside of row number 3. And we know how fast he's been on the half miles this year. And we know how bad that he wants to beat Kyle Larson. So I have no doubt that Rico's going to be up on the wheel. And we know that he wants to beat the Outlaws really bad as well. We saw his video come out on Twitter earlier this week with Brad Sweet giving the team of High Limit guys a little pep talk before the races got going. So Rico is motivated. He wants to get that first crown jewel win out of the way. Could it happen tomorrow night at the Knoxville Nationals? Now, inside of him, got a prelim night win on Wednesday. The driver out of Fresno, California. It's the KCP Racing number 18 of Gio Scelzi, making his 6th career Knoxville Nationals main event start. And he is the only driver in the history of the Nationals to make every single main event that he's ever tried. So he's 6 for 6 in attempts at this race. He's made it every year. Best finish 4th in 2021 and in 2023. And he's got a great shot at maybe getting the win. I think he's one of the few guys that has a chance, that has the speed to keep up with Kyle Larson. You could throw Rico Abreu in that mix as well. But Gio Scelzi, great looking race car, and it is fast as well. He is going to start from P5 tomorrow night here at the Knoxville Raceway. Now, up to the outside of row number 2, starting from 4th. It is his 5th ever main event start at this race, and his best finish is 5th here in 2023. From Lemoore, California, the Jason Johnson Racing, number 41 of Carson Macedo. So Carson Macedo in the 41 car looked really solid in his prelim night. It was the same one as Larson and Rico and Darren Pittman as well. And he was, it seemed like, keeping pace a little bit there with Rico and Kyle. And Carson has not had the best luck at this race. Obviously we know about that scary crash that happened here at this race, or not at this race, but at this track a few years ago. And so Carson Macedo, he is looking to get that first Knoxville Raceway win out of the way. He does have a crown jewel win under his belt. That was at the National Open in 2021, I believe. So he's been under the pressure of a big crown jewel race. Can he get it done tomorrow night here at the Knoxville Raceway? Inside of him, starting from the 3rd position, from Indianapolis, Indiana, it's the Clausen Marshall Racing, number 7 BC of Sunshine. Tyler Courtney going to roll off from the 3rd spot. This is his 3rd ever main event start at this race. His best finish was 4th in 2022. He led laps in the feature in 2021 and didn't even get to race this race in 2023 due to an injury. And so it's great to have him back behind the wheel. And he looks like he has not missed a beat here at the Nationals. Going to start from inside row 2 in the 3rd spot. Great looking race car. And I think he could be one of those guys that has the speed and the capability to keep up with the guys on the front row of this race. Now, speaking of the front row, this guy, we thought he was retired, but that is not the case. He's going to start from the second position in his 19th career Knoxville Nationals A main event start. His best finish, a third in 2019. It is the Don Kreitz Racing number 69K, driven by Owasso, Oklahoma's Darren Pittman. So Darren Pittman in the 69K, going to roll off from the outside of row number 1. And he has been close to victory at this race for so very long. Obviously, with 19 A-main starts, he's been in the top 5 a lot. He's been in the top 10 a lot. He's led laps at this race before, but has never been able to crack victory. And we saw how fast he was the other night on his prelim night. Was 0.3 faster than the field in qualifying, and went 8th to 1st in his heat race, went 8th to 6th in the feature, and kind of stalled out there. But I think with this car, it really shines in clean air. I know a lot of cars do. A lot of cars shine in clean air. But it seems like the Kreitz Racing 69K is on another level when it gets in clean air. If Pittman can get the jump on the start, or if Larson leaves the door open on the outside or inside and he takes the lead, I think he could certainly be a tough guy to pass. He's been around the block for a long time. He's made a lot of laps at this racetrack, and he's hungry to get the win. He almost won the National Open last year, folks. Could it be the year for Darren Pittman? It would be a huge upset, I think. I don't know if the upset's the right word. It would be a huge surprise, I feel like, right? I don't think anybody had Darren Pittman starting on the front row of the Knoxville Nationals. Now, that leads us to our pole sitter. Tonight, or tomorrow, will be his 9th ever Knoxville Nationals A main event start. He's won the race on 2 occasions, and he is the defending champion of this race in Paul Silva's number 57. It's the driver from Elk Grove, California. It's the 57 of Kyle Larson. So Larson pulling off some heroics the other night on his prelim night, getting by Rico Abreu with a handful of laps. I think it was only, 2 laps to go. Was able to make the pass on him and got the crowd on their feet. And he is going to roll from the front row for 50 laps at the Knoxville Nationals here at Knoxville Raceway, looking for that 3rd ever win during this crown jewel race. Can he get it done? I think the answer is, will he not get it done, right? I mean, he's the guy right now. Everybody knows that they're going to have to beat him in order to win this race. But it's 50 laps, and a lot of stuff can happen. Lap traffic gets in the way, have an issue during the open red flag that happens at the halfway break. Who knows? But it's going to be fun to find out who takes down the win. It's going to be a big deal. I think that Darren Pittman, I think Tyler Courtney, Gio Scelzi, Rico Abreu, I think those guys are his biggest challengers. But we've also got Donnie Schatz and Logan Schuart coming from the back, and we don't even know who's going to come out of the B main yet. Will David Gravel make it? Will Brad Sweet make it? Will McFadden or any of those other guys make it? We have to find out who those last 4 guys will be tomorrow night during the B main. But that is your starting lineup for now for the 63rd Knoxville Nationals at Knoxville Raceway. 50 laps, 190,000 to win, 15,000 to start. Thank you guys so much for watching. I want to hear your win picks down below in the comment section. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we'll talk to you guys again here soon.